Hello folks, I'm Ralph Casey. I've been here in Lafayette for 20 years. I have a farrier school on 136. And this is the first time in my lifetime that I've ever got out and really paid attention to what's going on. And I am 65 years old. And it tickles me to see people stand up for what's right today, and we see what's going on. We see our congressman lying to us. We see the President of the United States lying to us. And it's time we stood up. America stood up. And these are just everyday people, country folks like myself that live here in Lafayette. We live here every day, and it tickles me. And I think one of the things, and I know I'm rambling, that really people need to do is stand up. And we have people standing around that won't stand up. They think they can't do anything. Listen, this is our government, and it's time that we made a stand for the right thing. So we're going to walk around and interview a few folks and see what they have to say, and we're going to send it right to Fox News. Your name?
Tom Peters.
Tom, what are you doing over here?
Doing what I'm supposed to do as an American, defend the Constitution.
You think they're violating our Constitution, and you think when Congressman and the President of the United States stands up for America and they lie? I mean, it's just a plain lie, but I think we've all got used to lies. And we vote them in to tell us the truth. What do you think about that?
I think we ought to destroy every law that's been enacted since the Constitution, go back to the original Constitution of the United States of America.
Is that what you're holding in your hand?
Damn right.
Thanks, Tom. We're going to walk around and interview some folks. Name?
Russell Bloodworth.
Russell, what you doing here?
I'm coming here to stand up for what I believe in and express my opinion about this. Same thing we've done throughout all the years of this country.
Do you consider yourself a terrorist or a radical?
No.
Just an everyday citizen?
Absolutely.
Are you tired of what the government is doing?
You got that right.
Thanks. How about you, young man?
Sidney McCathan.
Sidney, what are you here?
To stand up for our rights as U.S. citizens and try to hold the government to the laws.
You bet. Do you think they broke the law, or do you think they're above the law?
That's the way I feel. Feel they don't respect it as they should and do whatever they'd like.
Thank you. This young lady?
Tina Ensian.
Tina, what are you doing here?
I'm here because the government should be elected by the people, for the people, to represent the people, and I don't think they do anymore. They're too big, and they're not listening to me.
So you think we should have less government, spend less, and let the everyday people run our country, or our politicians should do like the people want them to do?
Absolutely. They do not know what's best for all of us.
You think they have the right to stand up and tell lie after lie after lie to the American people after we give our confidence and vote them in office?
Absolutely not, and they should be held accountable for those lies.
You bet, because if you swore into Congress, you go up and lie, that put you in jail, but these guys just get by with murder.
They do.
Name?
Clint Faison.
Clint, what do you think? What are you doing here?
My main purpose here is I'd like to have a chance to say that I think the problem with the government is God's not in it anymore. God's not first. God's not first in the families anymore.
Well, Obama said we're not a Christian nation. What do you think?
The minute we become not a Christian nation, the minute the problems are just going to get worse, and it's going to be over.
Might be impeachment time. What do you think?
That's correct.
You bet. Sir?
My name is Charlie Lawson, and I'm here to stand for the Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. That's what our country is founded on. We need to keep our rights.
You know, when Germany got the guns away, next thing comes dictatorship.
Yes, Hitler.
You know, I think a lot of young people, we're not teaching it in the schools today about our Constitution and our rights, and we are the government. Right. That's a free society.
Yeah, we're by the people and for the people. We are the government, and I think it's time we fire the clowns in Congress.
You bet. I'm along with that. I'm for that 100%. Name?
Jim Lovelady.
Jim, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm here because I think we're being mistreated. I want my Second Amendment rights to be kept. I want my free speech to be kept. I want the Constitution to stay as it is. I don't want a socialistic government.
You bet. I'll go along with that 100%.
And that's where we're headed.
Y'all ain't got me a shit. Who do I start with? What are you doing here, Ken?
I'm here to protest everything that's going on in our government.
You feel like our government, that we voted them in and they've lied to us over the years and continues to lie, and we just let them get by with it. The everyday people think they can't do anything, and so they just sit back, they don't vote, they don't get involved, and we're letting a small minority, a group of people run our country, and we're not doing anything about it?
Absolutely. I believe that 100%. And
You bet,
it's worse
I do
than
too.
that.
You know, having a business and being here 20 years. I've had a successful business here for 20, but I've had my ups and downs, but nobody bailed me out. So I'm really against what they're doing, and I'm against the line. I think it's time we put them in office, let's take them out.
I think my sign says it all.
You bet. Your name?
My name is James Gross.
James, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm here because I don't like the stimulus package that was thrown down on us. It was passed without our representatives even reading it. Now, how stupid can one be? They don't even
They've
know.
been getting by with this with years, and we've let them, and I think the people are getting tired of it.
Absolutely. I'm a conservative, and I am a registered Republican, and I voted for George Bush, but let me tell you, George Bush did a lot of things that I didn't like. And Obama has definitely done a lot of things that I don't like because he has violated the Constitution of the United States. I'm a constitutionalist, I'm a capitalist, and I believe in capitalism. I don't believe in socialism. I don't believe in globalization. I don't think that we have to get along with them. We need to bring our troops back to American soil and defend America. I'm tired of us being the world's policeman and paying for it when the world doesn't pay anything for it.
You know, I was up at the Urbana Blacksmithing Association one time, and they were interviewing, the TV were interviewing a bunch of us, and this young man was 90-something years young, and he was there, and this young fella asked him a simple question. He said, this was years ago, about 8 or 10 years ago, and he said, what would make you think, you've been here a while, what do you think would make people pull together like they did in your days? The barn blew down, people gathered together around the community, put it back up. He had one simple answer: hard times. And I think that's what a lot of us are going to have to understand. When hard times comes, they'll start creaking out of those houses and start standing up, and we start throwing some of these politicians out of office like we should have done years ago.
I agree with you 100%, and hard times is not here yet. Hard times is down the road. We need to stand up, and we need to demand now that President Obama, that he stops his crazy spending, because it's insane. America is bankrupt, and American people need to wake up. And let me explain one thing. My flag is upside down for a reason today, and that is because we are a nation that's in distress. And I think this is the worst shape that we have been in since World War II or Vietnam War. And any of the wars they've been a horrible thing for us to have to go through. But this is something. I'm out here for my grandchildren today and my great-grandchildren. I do not want them to have to be burned down.
Are you sure you're not a terrorist?
Well, you know, let me tell you, 9 days ago I received an email that Obama, within the first 3 days that he was in office, he said that there was going to be trouble. They were afraid that the banks were going to collapse because they were afraid that people were going to make a run and draw their money out. That's the reason they went up to $200,000 to $250,000 insurance, so the people would not draw their money out. Well, what he did, he had 20,000 troops, and they are down here in Georgia now at our military base training, our troops training, because they're expecting trouble out of the people like us. They consider us terrorists. We're not terrorists. We're Americans, and we're standing up for America, and they're going to know it in the Capitol. If things are not stopped, then we need to march on the Capitol and take our Congress back, because if our forefathers were here today, they would go in there and tar and feather those dudes and run them out of office.
You bet. We voted them in, we can vote them out. Yeah. See pretty women hugging my neck over here. What are you doing here, young lady?
I'm supporting the cause. That
you bet.
The union needs to be first, the states.
Yes, absolutely.
Then the federal government. This hat came from North Carolina, Kings Mountain. My husband's great-great-grandfather fought there. He fought there because the British were taxing our people to support the British India Company, who was collapsing. What are we doing today? Taxing the Americans so they can pay for companies that need to be foreclosed on. They need to go down. They do not need to be supported by us. Thank you for support today. And guys, get out there. Tell your representative. Turn this country around. That's what it takes us. That's what we're here for today.
To stand up. You've had enough, and I appreciate you coming out today and making your voice heard here at Lafayette.
I'm talking about taxation, I'm talking about regulation, and I'm talking about inflation. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today, is taxation, regulation, and inflation.
And anybody who says anything disparaging about any military man, any sailor, Marine, Air Force, Army, you pray for their soul because they're lost. God bless America.
Forgot that we vote these people in, we can vote these people out. I am tired of politicians lying to us. These people are tired of politicians lying to us, and you can see it, and I think this is just the beginning.